Are you ready for a war?
Mel Gibson is a brilliant Hollywood actor, screenwriter, director, and producer. The blue-eyed genius heartbreaker won 2 Oscars and the Golden Globe Award as Best Director. He is the father of many children, a philanthropist, and a millionaire. But at the same time, Mr. Gibson is known for his wild debauchery and many scandals. He was also a favorite actor of the late North Korean leader Kim Jong-il. How Mel Gibson lives and what happened to him. Mel Gerard Gibson was born on January 3, 1956 in suburban New York. He was the 6th child in his Irish Catholic family. The boy was named after Saint Mel and Saint Columcille, who is venerated as one of the 12 disciples in Ireland. His parents, Patricia and Hatton Gibson, were ordinary, deeply religious people. They saw the meaning of life in their children, thus the family turned out to be quite large. They had 11 children in total. It seems that the great future of Mel was genetically determined because his paternal grandmother was an Australian opera star and his grandfather was a millionaire. He owned a successful tobacco business in the American South. The second ingredient in the formula of success was his parents' boundless love and care. They did everything they could to support the children. However, the family couldn't be called well off. The father was a conductor on the New York Central Railroad, where he sustained occupational injury. Having a high IQ and iron will, Hutton sued his former employer and got a substantial compensation of $145,000. Moreover, his sharp mind allowed him to win $21,000 in an international game show, and this money was very useful when the USA was about to enter a large-scale war conflict in Vietnam. The head of the family didn't want to risk the lives of their children, who would be eligible to be drafted for service to fight in a war, and he decided to move his family to Australia. Mel successfully graduated high school and got a parallel religious education, dreaming to become a journalist. But his sister helped him a lot to choose his future vocation. She knew that her brother was very artistic and liked to prank people, so she applied to Sydney National Institute of Dramatic Art on his behalf. Gibson himself was not very eager to go there. The day before the audition, he got very drunk and had a fight, and because of that, he didn't look very well. Fortunately, the commission liked this rough look, and he started his studies, living with his friends in Sydney. Among these friends was future Oscar winner Geoffrey Rush. While still a student, Mel appeared in his first movie, Summer City. This way, he earned only $400. Right after graduation, he started to receive offers for roles in movies, as well as an invitation to join the National Theatre Company. His first steps in this field brought him success. Almost simultaneously, 2 movies hit the theaters: critically acclaimed movie Tim and a cult dystopian movie Mad Max, directed by George Miller.
It'll take you 10 minutes to hack through it with this. Now, if you're lucky, you can hack through your ankle in 5 minutes. Go.
The Grim Road movie brought fame to the aspiring actor, and he earned 15,000 Australian dollars for that role, and eventually, Mad Max turned out to be the most successful Australian movie, grossing over $100 million worldwide. At first, the young actor didn't expect to get the lead role because he showed up to the audition after another fight. His face was swollen because of the bruises and abrasions. That's why he was advised to come back a few weeks later to try to get a role as one of the bandits. After getting himself together, Mel came back to the audition, and they offered him to try out the role of Max. No one realized that this handsome young man was there before, hungover and beaten. Fate gave Mel one gift after another, and this time he got lucky in his personal life. He met a charming dentist's assistant, Robin Moore. The couple met in Adelaide. The actor came there touring with the theater, but there's also an alternative version, according to which they met with the help of a dating agency. Perhaps he had to use the services of the professional matchmakers because as a young man, Gibson suffered from an inferiority complex. He had a lot of fleeting relationships, he fought a lot, he drank a lot, and he got in all kinds of trouble. After another fight, Mel was on the verge of death, and that was the reason for him to turn his life around. In 1980, Mel and Robin got married. The marriage was very solid. It lasted for almost 30 years. They had 7 children, 5 sons, and 2 daughters. Getting a reliable refuge in his wife, Gibson proceeded to conquer the screens. In 1981, he starred in Miller's Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior.
2 days ago, I saw a vehicle that had hauled that tanker. You want to get out of here? You talk to me.
The movie was received well by the audience and praised by the critics. It was mentioned as one of the best movies of that year. Mel earned $120,000 for the shooting. At the same time, he appeared in several successful movies. A war drama Gallipoli about the hardships of the First World War, for which Gibson earned 35,000 Australian dollars, and Attack Force Z, an action film about the Second World War, which brought the actor 1,000 Australian dollars. And a romantic drama film called The Year of Living Dangerously, in which he starred with Sigourney Weaver. In the next couple of years, Gibson rocked Hollywood like a hurricane. He starred in one top-notch film after another. In 1984, an adventure drama, The Bounty, came out. Then the actor starred in the drama film called The River, which he got nominated for several Oscars, and a drama film called Mrs. Soffel. The popularity of the actor brought him a $1 million contract with a Japanese brewery called Asahi. According to the contract, the actor was obligated to regularly appear in public with a beer can. Gibson was thoroughly fulfilling the obligation, drinking around 8 cans of beer a day in a row, and when advised to replace beer with tea or water, he refused. Probably that contract backfired at Gibson because during this time he lost his driver's license for 3 months and got a $400 fine for drunk driving. In 1985, the third Mad Max movie was released. This was the last time Gibson played that role. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome was spectacular and action-packed, and Mel got 1.2 million Australian dollars for the role.
1 hour.
If you find him, what then?
I'll ask him to return what's mine.
Oh, and of course he'll be desperate to clear his conscience.
He will be.
You that good?
Mm-hmm.
He finally established his presence on the Hollywood Olympus by playing the lead role in the cult classic action movie Lethal Weapon in 1987.
$100,000. $100,000. Did you hear what he said?
100,000? I'm sorry, I can't afford that. Not on my salary.
The movie brought its creators a bunch of awards, including an Academy Award nomination for Best Sound Mixing. Martin Riggs, masterfully created by Mel, is one of the best cinema characters according to Empire magazine. They filmed an alternative beginning depicting the main character as a less likable person, as well as the ending. They weren't included in the DVD release. The success of the first film prompted the producers to make a sequel, and between the 2 parts of the franchise, Gibson starred in a crime film, Tequila Sunrise. After the end of the filming of Lethal Weapon 2 in 1989, it became clear that it's not commercially reasonable to kill this character, and the original script was rewritten to allow another sequel to be made. There are 4 movies in the franchise in total.
And Riggs, one more thing.
What?
You know what that says? Yeah. Same thing as that, but I don't give a...
Mel had to refuse the role of Batman to be able to star in the sequel. However, the magnificent performance in the first film gave Gibson the opportunity to fulfill the dream of any actor to play Hamlet in the film adaptation of Shakespeare's tragedy. The scene of Riggs' suicide attempt left director Franco Zeffirelli speechless, and he wanted only Mel to play the lead role. None of the major film companies wanted to fund the adaptation, so Gibson had to create his own company to begin the filming. This is how Icon Production was created. It introduced more than 20 movies. As a logo, Mel Gibson used a fragment of the Virgin of Vladimir icon. This made Mel Gibson very busy in the 90s. He starred in Bird on a Wire, Forever Young, and the action movie Air America. He got paid $7 million for the latter. In 1992, the fans saw the next movie about Martin Riggs. The third Lethal Weapon was a massive box office success and made Gibson richer by $10 million. Then, the American Western comedy Maverick thundered at the box offices, and Mel received even more money for it, $15 million.
I might have said a gut was cheap, but never a coward.
Cheap!
Never call a man a coward. I was teasing. Teasing!
Oh. I don't like being teased.
Besides, the ambitious Australian man tried his hand at directing. He filmed his first movie and played the lead role in it, The Man Without a Face. Despite the hopes, was not successful, which can't be said about Gibson's next movie. The epic historical war drama about Scotland's struggle for freedom, Braveheart, blew up the screen.
You tell your king that William Wallace will not be ruled, and nor will any Scot while I live.
The proof of the appreciation were 10 Oscar nominations. The movie won 5 of them, including one to Mel Gibson himself for Best Director. He also won a Golden Globe for Best Director. The story of the film creation is full of fun facts. For example, Mel's character is only 20 years old according to the script, and the actor himself was 38 at the time of the filming. Initially, the movie was supposed to be much more gruesome, but they cut out controversial scenes from the film to lower the age rating. The animal rights activists had some issues with the movie because they didn't believe that no horses was harmed during the filming. Gibson managed to get out of the scandal. He proved that some horses were mechanical. In 2000, in a special auction, the sword that was used by Gibson during the filming was sold for $170,000. In 1995, Mel tried his hand at animation. He took part in voice acting in 2 projects, Casper and Pocahontas. Right after that, Gibson starred in 2 thriller movies for which he got $20 million, Ransom and Conspiracy Theory. In 1998, Lethal Weapon 4 was released. Mel broke his personal record again and got $25 million for the role. Moreover, he signed a profitable advertising contract with a Japanese company, Subaru, and appears in the commercial driving a right-hand drive Legacy sedan through Stockholm and New York. By the way, Mel himself chose another Japanese car. He's driving a modest sedan Toyota Cressida. At the turn of the century, the fans saw Mel in another action movie called Payback and in The $1 Million Hotel. He also voiced a character in Chicken Run. The historical drama, The Patriot, was praised by the audience, for which Gibson got $25 million.
I understood you to be a patriot.
If you mean by patriot, am I angry about taxation without representation? Well, yes, I am.
It's peculiar that Mel asked to make several changes to the script. They added another child to the 6 children the character had because at that moment, Mel himself had 7 children. The movie, What Women Want, holds a special place in Mel's career.
Do you ever consider dating a woman who wears real underwear? You know, the kind that covers the entire bottom the way it's supposed to.
No, but if I ever do, should I give you a call?
A hoax and prank enthusiast, he brilliantly played the role of a charming ladies' man who gained the ability to hear women's thoughts after being electrocuted. The comedy film was a smashing hit, getting over $374 million in the worldwide box office. It was ranked 4th among the most successful movies of 2000. At the same time, Mel got into a huge-scale pharmaceutical war waged by the United States Department of Health and Human Services. It was trying to restrict the consumption of vitamins by the Americans. As a protest, Gibson appeared in a video in which his home is raided by a SWAT team. The actor, wearing a bathrobe and holding a vitamin C container, says to the SWAT team, "It's just vitamins." Since the early aughts, Gibson has not been that active as an actor. He appeared in such films as Signs and We Were Soldiers, which brought him $50 million in total, a musical crime comedy, The Singing Detective, and the TV series Complete Savages. Mel spent more and more energy and resources on his own projects, mostly as a director. His 2004 epic biblical drama film, The Passion of the Christ, was a really huge event. The movie shocked the public, depicting the last 12 hours of the life of Jesus Christ. The dialogues in this movie were written in reconstructed Aramaic, ancient Hebrew, and Latin. Gibson, after the release of the movie, proclaimed that the Holy Spirit was the real creator of the film and he was just a vehicle. He even donated $100 million to the Catholic Church. The filming process was very difficult. The lead actor was constantly injured, including a lightning strike. To make it more authentic, they decided to avoid using CGI. The job was done exclusively by makeup artists who spent 10 hours on it. Moreover, the actor who played Jesus received real lashes and carried a real wooden cross weighing 154 pounds. Thanks to this selfless and rigorous approach, the movie turned out to be grand. The whole society was shocked, including Pope John Paul II, who praised the movie, and Gibson's daughter Hannah was so impressed that she even expressed a desire to take the veil and become a nun. The phenomenal box office receipts of the movie was no surprise. It earned $609 million worldwide. Because of that, it is still in the top 10 of the highest grossing R-rated movies. After the filming, Mel decided to buy the lush green Mago Island in Fiji archipelago measuring 8 square miles for $15 million. He said he plans on preserving the island's original condition for recreation, and he remains true to his words. The satellite images show only dirt airstrip, Mel Gibson's mansion in the northern part of the island, and houses of locals who are paid by the actor. The next large-scale project of the Icon Company was the mystical movie Apocalypto, based on the historical myths and legends of the Maya tribe. Gibson was the producer, the director, and the screenwriter of the movie. Same as in the previous movie, Mel tried to make it as authentic as possible and didn't trust CGI to do the job. It was filmed mostly in the Mexican state of Veracruz, and they reconstructed step pyramids very close to the original. In the movie, Mayans are depicted as very cruel people, which was criticized by many historians, and representatives of one of the ethnic communities filed a report to the Human Rights Commission of the Yucatan state. At the same time, there was a huge scandal when Mel was arrested for drunk driving again. This time, the movie star acted really inappropriately, shouting anti-Semitic slogans and racial slurs. This stunt almost ruined Gibson's reputation, but he got away with it. He publicly apologized, speaking about lapses in judgment he's having from time to time. After this incident, Gibson retreated into the shadows for 10 years and didn't film any movies. Craving for solitude, in 2007, Mel bought a mansion with a plot of land of 400 acres on the Costa Rica coast. He's been thinking about buying a piece of this picturesque land when he was searching for a location for the Apocalypto shooting. He bought it for $26 million. This ranch consists of a villa surrounded by tropical forest and a cute backyard. The home features several classic colonial-style bedrooms, wood-dominated dining rooms, and an on-site pool. Later, Mel tried to sell the house for $35 million. After all, Mel Gibson is not just a great actor, but a good businessman as well. He knows how to sell. In 2007, he sold another mansion in the Tudor style in Connecticut for $40 million, which he bought in 1994 for $9 million. This 15-bedroom castle-like mansion is surrounded by a stunningly beautiful garden, and the interiors of the living room with fireplace, library, and dining room are strikingly rich and charmingly old-fashioned. This break from the film industry and property purchase can be explained by the problems in his personal life. In the spring of 2009, there were rumors that Mel's solid family split up. Allegedly, the spouses had not been living together for 3 years. Soon, Gibson showed up to the premiere of X-Men Origins Wolverine with a Russian pianist and singer Oksana Grigorieva. She met Gibson during the filming of one of the movies, and pretty soon, the smitten actor became the producer of her album. There is a theory that the meeting was not an accident, but was organized by a known in certain circles matchmaker, Peter Listerman. However, this information is not confirmed at all. After the joint appearance in the news about Oksana being 4 months pregnant, Robin filed for divorce and got half of the net worth of the adulterer, $850 million. Besides that, Mel has to pay half of his income to his ex-wife, and later she got 2 Malibu mansions worth a total of $22.5 million. Actually, the breakup fee of the Gibsons is considered to be one of the largest in the history of Hollywood. In October 2009, Mel and Oksana had a daughter, who became the 8th child of the actor. The new family with newborn Lucienne lived in a $11.5 million mansion situated in Malibu. Mel bought the house from his friend, David Duchovny, but the family life didn't work out, and after 18 months, the couple split up, and a few months later, Grigorieva filed a police report stating that she was physically abused by Gibson. They have opened a criminal case against Mel, and he received 3 years suspended sentence, a $400 fine, and a restraining order prohibiting him from seeing their mutual daughter. Also, the court ordered him to pay his common-law spouse a $750,000 compensation and pay $40,000 each month until the child reaches the age of 18. Also, Oksana got a mansion in Sherman Oaks, which Gibson bought in 2009 for $2.4 million. The court ordered Mel to pay maintenance costs as well, but the woman wanted more, so she posted on social media a recorded phone call between her and Mel, during which he used racial slurs. This almost cost the actor his career and reputation. Many people turned against him, but not Jodie Foster, Robert Downey Jr., Robert Rodriguez, and Sylvester Stallone. They helped out the actor. Thanks to Rodriguez and Stallone, he managed to appear in such movies as Machete Kills, where he played a villain for the first time, and The Expendables 3.
He thinks I'm joking. I'm not joking. You should see me when I'm angry. You'd be very impressed. Then very dead.
As a result of the loud scandal, the filming of the action movie Get the Gringo was delayed, and the premiere of the eccentric drama The Beaver was cancelled. It was planned to premiere in December 2010, considering the Oscar nominations, but it was released only in May 2011. The premiere was a flop. The movie failed at the box office. To top it all off, in 2010, the actor got into a car accident. He crashed his Maserati car against a rock cliff on one of the Malibu roads. Fortunately, Gibson was not harmed, which can't be said about the car. It had to be towed. It was completely totaled. After this point, the actor decided to drive a convenient electric smart car. He's been driving it for many years already. Mel tried to forget about the previous relationship, and in 2012, it was reported that he's dating athlete Ashley Cusato, but it didn't last very long. The next period of Mel's life can be considered a reset. He was completely inactive both in professional and personal life. Only in 2016, Gibson renewed his activity. He appeared in the action film Bloodfather and then directed Hacksaw Ridge, which brought him an Oscar nomination as Best Actor. Also, it was reported that his new girlfriend, Rosalind Ross, is pregnant with the actor's 9th child. On January 20, 2017, the couple had a baby. They named him Lars Gerard. Thus, Mel has the second place in the top of actors with the largest number of kids. Only Charlie Chaplin had more kids than Mel. He had 11. But something tells us that Gibson may beat this record. In the last couple of years, Gibson appeared as an actor in such movies as Dragged Across Concrete, Boss Level, Force of Nature, Dangerous, and Daddy's Home 2.
Why does a duck have feathers?
Why?
To cover up his butt quack.
Hey, kids, I got a good one for you. 2 dead hookers wash up on the shore.
Hey, whoa, shut up.
The most peculiar film he starred in recently is probably The Professor and the Madman, 2018. This movie was in production for 17 years. The filming process was full of scandals and lawsuits, so the production company Voltage Pictures banned the crew from filming in Oxford, England. The reason given was budget overruns and lack of time, and as a result, the filming was moved to Ireland. Enraged, Gibson couldn't let the company cripple his film this way, and he tried to ban the release of the film through the court, but he failed. In revenge, he decided not to participate in the advertising campaign. In 2020, there was a premiere of a comedy action film, Batman, with Mel Gibson in the lead role.
Remember when my bacon went through the vegan sugar-free phase?
Yeah. I was lucky to survive it. Must have lost 12 pounds.
In 2021, Gibson appeared in the action films Agent Game, Dangerous, and Last Looks. And the following year, audiences could see the actor in Father Stu, On the Line, Hot Seat, Panama, and Bandit. After all the lawsuits and alimony, Mel Gibson's net worth is now $425 million. Despite the fact that according to some open source estimates, Mel received a record sum of $450 million for The Passion of the Christ and invested only $30 million of his personal money. According to the most recent accounts, Mel is not sitting idle. Gibson is gonna be the director of Lethal Weapon 5. Besides, he will play the lead role in the Continental miniseries, which is about to be released. The most intriguing is the rumor that the actor is working on the sequel of his epic film about the life and death of Jesus Christ called The Passion of the Christ Resurrection, where Gibson will act as director, screenwriter, and producer. We tried our best to tell you all about the life of this brilliant actor, talented director, and unique person, Mel Gibson. Do you think he'll manage to surprise the world with a new masterpiece as he did with Braveheart and The Passion of the Christ?
Wednesday Addams, how Jenna Ortega lives and how much she earns. Jenna Marie Ortega was born on September 27, 2002 in the California resort town of La Quinta on the Coachella Valley to the family of a successful businessman of Mexican descent and a nurse with Puerto Rican roots. Natalie and Edward Ortega got married at a very young age and immediately decided that their family would be big and close-knit. And their wish came true. 6 charming children soon cropped up one after the other. Mariah, Isaac, Mia, Jenna, Alaya, and Marcus grew up surrounded by love, attention, and a healthy family atmosphere. Because of such a pleasant family dynamic, Jenna's talent manifested itself at an early age. By 6, the girl knew that she would become an actress and nothing else. She was greatly impressed by the film Man on Fire starring Denzel Washington. Dakota Fanning, who played the main character's daughter in this thriller, shocked little Jenna. Her mother, in turn, showed consideration for this impulse and recorded a video with her daughter, which she then posted on Facebook. Word of mouth brought the news of the artistic girl to a casting agent, and he immediately contacted the Ortegas. At the same time, the expert did not immediately promise them mountains of gold, offering to start acting in a commercial. So Jenna first appeared on screens in an advertisement for Colgate toothpaste, talking about the importance of oral hygiene in a relaxed manner. She also appeared in TV commercials for McDonald's and Burger King. After 2 years of auditions, the first offers for film and television roles finally started to come in. Jenna's debut was working in episodes of the TV series Rob with Rob Schneider as the lead, CSI NY, and Days of Our Lives. In 2013 came more experiences as she starred in feature films, including James Wan's Insidious Chapter 2 and the superhero movie Iron Man 3. In the latter, Ortega played a small role as the vice president's daughter, but it was a confident step into the future. Then, the young actress starred in the miniseries Dead Time Stories, the family comedies The Little Rascals Save the Day, and The Cookie Mobster, the series Rake, Know-It-All Nina, and several others, and voiced the animated series Over the Garden Wall. But her first major role was in the television series Jane the Virgin, where Ortega played the main character as a child.
Bien. Ahora haz que se vea como nueva otra vez. Vamos, anda, trata.
I can't.
Así es. Nunca puedes volver atrás, y eso es lo que sucede cuando pierdes tu virginidad.
In 2015, Jenna starred in the TV series Richie Rich, where she got the role of the main character's girlfriend. And even though critics pulled the Netflix creation to pieces, from that moment, lead roles were now within her grasp. Next, the young actress appeared in the massively mixed-up middle school mystery, and afterwards, but another project made many critics look attentively at this petite brunette. For 2 years, she acted in the comedy series Stuck in the Middle as the main lead. It is noteworthy that the Disney Film Company seems to have chosen its script specifically for Jenna. The thing is that Harley Diaz, whose story we follow, comes from a big family, and as the title states, Diaz finds herself stuck in the middle as the middle child. Jenna, just like her character, was born into a large family and is the middle child. Interestingly, this series predicted the future role for the actress when her heroine said,
"If my family was a week, I would be Wednesday."
We must say that the producer's bid turned out to be successful, and Ortega received her first win at the prestigious Imagine Awards, which celebrates the positive image of Latinos in the entertainment industry. In addition, her work was highly appreciated by Disney professionals, and in 2016, she received an offer to voice one of the main characters of the animated film Elena of Avalor. The role of Princess Isabel brought her not only several awards and nominations, but also a lot of young fans. Success with this audience was consolidated in 2017 when Jenna was invited to the star in the music video Chapstick by popular American blogger and singer Jacob Sartorius. Besides the video being very emotional, tender, and cute, it received considerable support in the media and gained great popularity. At the same time, rumors about the relationship between Jenna and Jacob were gaining traction among the public. It is unknown for certain whether this relationship was reality or fiction made up by PR people. On the list of the young talent's potential boyfriends were actors Isaac Presley and Asher Angel. Nevertheless, the girl herself denied all the relationships attributed to her so far. In general, she guards her personal life zealously and asks her fans to be understanding of that. In 2018, the film Saving Flora with Jenna in the lead role was released.
Bend down, Flora. Come on, girl. There you go.
Oh.
It's a little rocky, so move around.
In the center of the plot is an old circus elephant, which they plan to get rid of because she can no longer perform in front of the public. Then the resourceful daughter of the circus director played by Ortega decides to save her pet and goes on a long journey with her. The following year, the actress starred in the psychological thriller TV series You.
Can you believe she put that spy software on my phone?
Shit. You sure it was her?
Who else would it be?
So you're not gonna tell her you know?
Obviously not. It's way more useful if she thinks it's still working.
This is what I get for trying to out-tech a teenager.
Her character appeared only in the second season and was an annoying, sometimes strangely behaving girl, Ellie. In 2020, Jenna took part in the comedy horror film The Babysitter Killer Queen. Having played one of the main roles, the shooting was a big source of stress for the young actress. When she joined the team, everyone was already well acquainted with each other and she had to overcome awkwardness and panic attacks. In the same year, the miniseries home movie The Princess Bride was released, which was filmed by the actors on their smartphones during the lockdown. In addition, Jenna was noted for her work in the animated science fiction series Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous, voicing a character named Brooklyn. In 2021, 2 films were released. Yes Day, in which such masters as Jennifer Garner and Edgar Ramirez became Jenna's partner on set, and the movie that discusses the pressing problem of shootings, The Fallout. The plot takes the viewer through a normal day of an ordinary 16-year-old schoolgirl, Vada, brilliantly played by Ortega.
I just said you don't even need to wear makeup.
What was that? Was that a gun?
The girl manages to hide in the toilet while there is a shooting on the school premises. She can only hear what's happening. The aspiring director Megan Park managed to not just film a drama about a sensitive topic, but also to show the psychological side of the tragedy. The crime itself takes up relatively little screen time, while the open question of how can a child cope with the horror they experienced takes focus. The film makes you think about the topic of post-traumatic stress syndrome, which isn't fully discussed in society. The filmmakers masterfully bring to fore the horror of the fact that even after huge amounts of stress like that, the world still goes on. As for Jenna, the movie showed her not only as a serious dramatic actress, but also made her look like a sensitive person. All because she had a similar experience in her life. According to her, she faced this threat in elementary school. Back then, the children were sitting in the classroom with the teacher and, in a state of shock, could only ask one thing: is this really happening? At the beginning of 2022, horror fans were not only pleased with the return of the legendary film Scream, but also Ortega's excellent work in it.
Hello?
Bonus question, Tara.
Please stop.
Do you think I made it inside your house before you could rearm?
She received a prize from the MTV Movie and TV Awards for Best Scream. The viewers had clearly longed for a high-quality slasher movie, which was reflected at the box office. With a budget of $24 million, the horror movie collected $140 million worldwide. In response to that, the filmmakers immediately announced the launch of the 6th part, which is scheduled for release in the spring of 2023. Jenna Ortega will reappear as high school student Tara Carpenter and will continue to escape from the chilling ghost face. This time, the film will take place in New York instead of Woodsboro, which should add even more dynamics and colors to the plot. Jenna is so convincing in these roles that in March 2022, another horror film with her participation was released. The American-Canadian film X, in which the actress played a lead role, was positively received by both critics and the audience, winning its fan pool. Although the film's success apparently wasn't enough for a sequel, in July another film with the actress was released. American Carnage by the master of the genre Diego Halavis revealed to the world a non-trivial plot in which harmless at first glance, elderly people become monsters.
Hey, if you were into girls, I'd try to hit that too.
Oh, yeah?
Then again, maybe I could change your mind about that. Oh, relax, bro. I'm not gonna stand in your way.
In November 2022, Tim Burton's new project Wednesday made headlines.
Since you've abandoned me here, I've been hunted, haunted, and the target of an attempted murder.
Ah, nevermore. I love you so.
The first season of the series showed the most successful start in the history of English-language Netflix shows. In the first week, the number of streams was 341.2 million. The role of Wednesday Addams was not easy for Jenna. Tim auditioned hundreds of applicants for the role and approved the actress only after she was able to show her remarkable acting talent. By the way, it happened remotely because the actress was filming in New Zealand. To the online edition, the girl came in the image she was shooting in, with a huge cut, glycerin sweat on her face, and fake blood on her hair. It was very important to the director that the main lead was similar to the actresses of silent films and could express strong emotions with just her eyes. On the set, he demanded that the girl behave as if she were a mannequin and harassed the makeup artist by checking the heroine's perfect pigtails almost with a ruler. Sometimes he lost his temper if the hair, in his opinion, didn't lie flat enough. Then he would take away the comb and make her image perfect himself. But Ortega wasn't born yesterday. She fearlessly entered arguments with the master about the role. Even mature Catherine Zeta-Jones, who played Morticia Addams, was amazed at the persistence and moral courage of the young actress. Jenna refused to use body doubles, and for the role, learned to fence, shoot arrows, and play the cello. And she also came up with her heroine's main shticks, not blinking and the dance in the 4th episode. The actress choreographed it herself. The result can be safely compared with the effect of an exploding bomb. A strange set of movements coupled with the eye acting instantly made the scene iconic. The song that young Addams danced to is called Goo Goo Muck and by the rock band The Cramps. It is noteworthy that downloads of this track on the popular Shazam platform soared by as much as 8,000% after the series' release. Lady Gaga's song Bloody Mary was also lumped with the general hype. TikTok users started posting their version of the dances using the song. In early December, the singer herself joined the viral trend by shooting a video inspired by the film. Jenna herself reaped decent benefits from her legendary dance. In just 10 days, the number of her Instagram followers soared by 10 million, and by December it exceeded 20 million, and Jenna won't stop there. In 2023, the comedy melodrama Miller's Girl will be released, in which Jenna plays opposite Martin Freeman. It will be followed by the film Finest Kind, which gave the actress an opportunity to work with such an unsurpassed professional as Tommy Lee Jones. And again, it will be a thriller. Just a glance on Jenna's filmography will show that she feels a special type of love for this dark genre. The actress admits that she is fascinated by the dark world of thrillers and horrors. She explains this by the fact that she is attracted to repulsive things and events that, on closer inspection, turn out to be something completely different. And shooting in bloody horror movies helped her overcome being a scaredy cat. One day she revealed her little secret to the press, saying that as a child, she dissected dead animals that she found in the backyard of her house. By the way, Jenna continues to live in the same house and has not yet acquired her own villa on the beach or a fashionable penthouse in New York. But her whole life is ahead of her, and as of now, the girl has accumulated $3 million in her account. Given the huge hype accompanying the release of Wednesday, we can expect that the payouts of the rising star will increase. The actress's current rates are not disclosed, but it is known that the leading actors in such Netflix projects receive an average of $40,000 per episode. In case of demand for the series, they can increase up to $300,000. Income is generated not only by filming movies and TV series, but also by advertising contracts. One of them came to Jenna thanks to her diligence. From the age of 14, she kept a diary where she wrote down the advice of makeup artists and hairdressers who worked with her. The records concerning the skin and hair health got the marketers of the cosmetic company Neutrogena very interested and served as a reason for their long-term cooperation. In addition, this experience prompted the young star to try herself in a larger project. In 2021, Jenna made a name for herself as an aspiring writer. Her book titled It's All Love is already selling like hotcakes. The work is basically a selection of inspiring excerpts from the actress's life, which are presented simply and positively. The book's leitmotif is, for every downfall in life, there's a rise, and there is always an opportunity to change the reality for the better. Fans are amazed and delighted by the fact that she wrote it as a 17-year-old teenager. In 2018, the girl shared on Instagram the happy news that she received a driver's license. Then she said that all she needed was a car. But now, Jenna has her own small car park. It includes the legendary German Audi Q3 crossover in black. And there are also reports that Ortega owns a BMW M235i, the price of which averages $45,000. In addition to filming, Jenna turned her attention to acute social problems. In particular, Jenna is an ambassador of UNAIDS, the UN program to combat the spread of HIV. In addition, she protects people from discrimination based on nationality and supports children with cancer. Jenna Ortega is a rising star who is extremely interesting to watch and who undoubtedly has a great future ahead of her. She is lively, talented, and promising. However, due to the rapid rise of her career, the girl was deprived of a regular childhood and school shenanigans. Now, Jenna is very regretful that neither the prom nor the turbulence of adolescence happened to her. This is the price for popularity and success. But at the same time, she hopes that she can direct the unspent energy and emotions into creativity. In her youth, Jenna dreamed of becoming the first female president or astronaut. Perhaps one of these wishes will come true soon, albeit in movies. And have you already watched Wednesday?
I think you could have held on the last image a little bit longer.
That's what I was thinking.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.